Well, I didn't want to say the N-word. That's part of the song. It was a rap.
So then that was you put it on him for 3 rounds there. Do you think you did a pretty good job, showing the world what type of fighter you are in your UFC debut here?
Do I just talk on any of these?
Yeah, just talk.
Yeah, man, it was a little bit of the Matrix. I don't want to say it's all me, but just put a little bit of me out there. You guys saw a little bit of me, and there's a lot more left. That's just the beginning of the Matrix era. I'm coming all the way through, and this team, we're gonna skyrocket to the top. That's all I can tell you guys. And we're super balanced at what we do, and we're very on the fly. So I'm gonna win a fight. If I'm losing any type of battle, I'm gonna take it in a different direction.
At one point in the first round, you were landing 50% of your strikes. How big of a part of that was in the gameplay?
I was hitting him with a lot of strikes in the first round, but I expected him to have a hard chin and be tough. And I don't think he's been like rocked or dropped before much that I've looked on his fights. So I knew he was going to take those shots and get his hands up. And I knew he was hurt, but the more I tried to wail on him, he would cover good. And that's when I would get a little bit tired. And then he would try to land that right hand back or cover, wait for me to overcommit, and then shoot in on me. So I had to switch up on the fly, like I just said. And in that second and third round, I had to grind out a grappling match. And that consisted of a lot of ground and pound, but also, I switched it up with smacking him open hand, hit him with elbows. I had to switch up to the body because he was doing a good job covering his head. And like you guys saw too, it was a grappling match also. He went inverted a couple times, like it was a IBJJF jiu-jitsu match, and I was like, dang, this is pretty sick. But the canvas kind of like was cutting us, and he was upside down, and he went to that knee bar, and I was like, hell, you're not gonna finish this. So I kicked out. And I had to switch it up, make it a hard grinding wrestling match. And that's kind of why he wasn't able to catch on, because he thought I was trying to play jiu-jitsu with him, but I was also hitting him with some strikes, and then he was trying to cover, and then all of a sudden I was back to a front headlock, going to the cradle, to the hand wrestling position. So he was kind of like all over the place, scattered compared to my game plan. That's why I was winning those transitions, because I was a couple of steps ahead.
You were supposed to debut against Ray Borg last year. Obviously didn't happen. Then you wind up fighting a guy who eventually did fight Ray Borg a couple of months later. It's just one of those situations where it was just kind of meant to be.
Yeah, man, I believe in all that too. And it's like, all things work out as long as everybody, if these people were here, everything's kind of, if you're doing the right things, it doesn't have to be the same exact right moment. It could play off somewhere else. But if you're doing the right things and you're growing with your seeds and you're watering your plants, pretty soon those seeds and plants are going to reach the sunlight, and they're going to have good growth. So I do believe that things work out for a reason like that.
We hear about octagon jitters and everything else. How much did the Ultimate Fighter experience help out with that?
I don't think the Ultimate Fighter experience helped with any jitters, but as far as like the cameras and as far as the whole set part, it was for sure. But when it comes to fighting in the cage, as soon as that cage shuts, don't matter if it's just me shadow boxing, moving around, working with my partner, or 2 of us in the gym sparring, or if there's 10,000 people, it's still the same thing. And the thing I'm doing is trying to get better and doing what I love, and I love this.
Last one for me then. What's next for you?
Just keep training, getting better, and staying ready now that I have that type of experience to continue to expand my game, and now open the different facets and areas of my mind that's able to fight like that, and be ready for any fighter out there. So I'm super excited, and I can't wait to just do it again. I love this. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Any questions? No?
Cool. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.